So if you want to hop on the air with Scott Major, 850-233-9988, 850-233-9988. Scott Major of Major Paruas and the Storm Help Team, their website, stormhelpteam.org. And then the event today, which is going to be at the Palms Conference Center, will be an opportunity for you to take your policy and pictures and anything else and to sit across from these people and have them look at your claim and talk to you face to face about what's going on and how you should proceed. It's very important. I can't stress enough how everybody that I'm talking to is like, hey, you got the sooner the better, the sooner the better.
Yeah, it's so important. And listen, we really want to help this community. We really want to leverage the decades of experience that we have, the thousands of claims we've had, to show you what are the techniques. If you want to do it on your own, fine. Most people by now, they've been doing it on their own, and they're not getting the results they want. Get a professional involved. You know, the statistics show that 7 to 10 times more money is gotten when you get a professional involved. But whatever the amount is, what is the value of the quality of your life? What is the value of not having to worry about this another day? What is the value of having your home start to be repaired? If it's that important to you, get experts involved to help you that can really make the quality of your life and the quality of our community better.
So how do you speed that up, that process with the insurance companies? Scott, a loaded question.
Sure. The first thing you need to do is you need to tell the insurance company what you want. So you need to write them, email them, and in fact, you can email them with this return receipt button, and then you'll know whether they read the email or not. But write them and say, here's every single damage I have. And when I say every single damage, if you don't do a thorough evaluation of your damages, and you don't realize that your drywall is wet inside, or you don't realize that the entire floor or ceiling needs to be replaced because you only see parts of it, the insurance company's not required to pay what you don't tell them. So get a detailed estimate of someone who knows what they're doing. You take that estimate, you write the insurance company, dear insurance company, here's my estimate, here's my 300 pictures detailing each and every damage. Please let me know when you're going to pay that $89,104, within 2 days, or tell me why you're not paying me. Love and kisses you. And if you don't start that process, if you just sit and wait while waiting for the insurance company to tell me how much they're going to pay you, they have no obligation to pay you. Your contract requires you to tell them what you want. And if you do that, that starts the process. And if you start doing that and you write the insurance company and they don't respond, then you write them again and say, I wrote you 2 days ago. You promised to write back to me, or I told you that I needed you to write back to me. You didn't. This is my second and final request. You need to issue me a check for the $89,000, or you need to write me a letter telling me in detail which one of my line items, which parts of that detailed estimate you're not going to pay, and why. And if that doesn't work, when you come to me, I'm going to take those letters, I'm going to call them on the phone, and I'm going to say, do you really want to have to pay the $89,000 plus a whole bunch of money to me, and then a whole bunch of money to your own lawyer, and then pay interest on that, when you can just pay this wonderful resident or business owner's claim? But if there's no motivation for the insurance company to pay, they're not going to pay. I mean, why didn't they bring an 18-wheeler down packed with money right after the storm, because we had a Category 4, Category 5 storm, no question about the damage, and just start issuing checks to everybody? Yeah. Why? Because there's no obligation, there's no motivation, and you just can't, tragic as it may be, you can't just sit and wait. For those of you that sit and wait, you're only doing yourself a disservice. I'm imploring you, whether you hire me or anybody else, listen to what Kramer's been saying for weeks. Listen to what all these people are saying. Go after and get your money. You're entitled to it. And you're not, just so you know that local guy who sold you your insurance, you're not suing him. You're suing the insurance company. So don't worry that you're upsetting the guy who sold your insurance. He actually or she actually has an obligation to help you get paid from the major insurance company. So this is about just getting paid what you deserve. And if you want it, you need to ask for it. If I said to you, Kramer, how important were your kids to your family? Or how important was your best friend? You'd say, I'd do anything for them. Mm-hmm. So why shouldn't you do that for your family and yourself and your community?
And two, on that front, when is it that the insurance company has to pay your fee?
They have to pay my fee at the time that they pay you. So If they don't, then a court will order them to pay. And if they refuse to pay, there's additional penalties. One of the great things about writing the insurance company is if the insurance company does, let's say you write an itemized estimate, and it's this $89,000, and they don't pay. Even though your roof is completely blown off and anybody can see that, you can file a complaint with the state and say, I'm really sorry that I have to complain, but I have a roof that has been blown off. It's $89,000. I'm complaining to the state. If they don't pay after that, you can sue the insurance company for triple the amount of the damages. Plus, they have to pay.
Triple the amount of the what?
Yes, it's called bad faith. So if the insurance company does not act in good faith, and you notify them formally by writing a complaint to the state, it's called a civil remedies notice. If you do that and they don't pay, they can be liable for 3 times the amount. I mean, how do we get the insurance companies to pay? I mean, you've been talking for weeks and weeks and weeks. It's not like there's a lack of clarity. This is not Bob's sink overflowing. This is a catastrophic event that is clear damage. Why aren't they paying all of your damage or telling you why they aren't?
Wow, you talk about motivation.
Absolutely.
My goodness, Lord, that's a lot. 3 times. That's the first I've heard that. How is that the first time I've...
A lot of people don't know that there's a statute in Florida, 624.155, and even a lot of adjusters and other people don't know. And again, I'm telling you, why not get a lawyer involved now? Whether or not you have an adjuster or not, get a lawyer. I can hire the adjuster at my cost. In other words, get a lawyer involved and let them, if they're not going to respond, I'm going to sue them. And then you sit back and you let me be the mean guy and you go on with your life. It makes no sense at all for anybody not to hire the best lawyer they can who can sue tomorrow. If you're the insurance company and you're worried that they might sue you for up to triple the damages, right. Don't you think that'd be a motivation for you to pay?
I mean, without question, I believe you're right there. 850-233-9988. Scott Major on the air, ready to talk and give you some advice. Scott Major of Major Paruas, 850-233-9988. We'll tell you more about the event that's coming up where you can meet him face-to-face too today. Stand by.
Trying to suck less and less every day.
Ooh, you suck.
More of the Kramer Show coming up next on NewsTalk at 101.
I have some questions.
Let's do it.
This place just translates whatever you say into a language the other person can understand.
I mean, generally, yes, but not that sure.
It's not a game. This is a serious situation.
NewsTalk at 101.
721, we're back. 850-233-9988. Attorney Scott Major from Major Paruas and the Storm Help team is in the studio. We're ready to take your questions, your phone calls. If you have any questions about your claim, anything concerning the storm, he knows what he's doing, knows what he's talking about. They have an event that's coming up today where you can actually go out to the Palms Conference Center. And by the way, the address for that is 9201 Front Beach Road, Panama City Beach, Florida. Today they're going to be out there. They'll give out free coffee, free donuts, and you can go
donuts and the possibility of triple damages. What better Christmas present can that be?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I mean that's really telling what you just said. So from the explain that one more time. So from the time, say it again.
Sure. So if you give the insurance company a detailed estimate with your proof, like with your photographs and showing that the roof's blown off and showing you have no carpet that's repairable and showing the broken windows, and it details it, and they fail to act in good faith in paying your claim, if you report that to the state by filing a notice with the state called a civil remedies notice, and they don't pay it, they can be liable for triple the damages, plus all of your attorney's fees, plus potential additional sanction from the state.
I would think that after making that, that's going to light the fire under someone's feet. To get you what you deserve at least.
Absolutely. And how many of you listeners have had an adjuster come out, say the insurance adjuster come out and say, oh, your roof it's destroyed. And then that guy disappears. You call the insurance company. They say, well, we don't have any record of that. And we'll eventually maybe give you an estimate or we won't. We're not sure. Remember, they don't have to give you the the estimate that this guy did. And then you're sitting around waiting and you have no proof. If you write them and you show them this information and then they don't do it, any reasonable person is going to respond well. And just think about it. If you have to go to a trial and I'm the juror, you're the juror, and somebody gets up and says, hey, here's all the damage, and the insurance company had a catastrophe 5 storm and didn't pay Mary $1 or only paid her $5,000 when there's no roofer in America that would have fixed it for less than $25.
Right.
I mean, what's a jury going to do? You're going to win every case. I have thousands of these. We win them all.
How many times does it, I mean, what's the percentage of somebody filing a claim and then they actually have to go to court?
If you want to get the max money, I would say 95% of the time you should file suit.
95% of the time.
Right. Now, if you file suit, that doesn't mean you have to go through an entire trial. What happens is, as you just aptly noted, the insurance company realizes, wow, we might have exposure to pay not only the amount, but all of major's fees or triple damages or all these things. Usually, when a lawyer's involved, they'll settle because they don't want to spend all of that money additionally plus pay your claim. That's why I tell everyone it's so important, and I keep repeating this, but if you have 20 people on your block or in your neighborhood and I get one roof claim paid for your 20 people, what's the insurance company going to say? The guy 300 feet away from you had different wind? He had different rain? That's why safety in numbers is so important and why you should group together and get every person you know because it benefits you. And don't you want all the debris picked up? Don't we want all of our businesses fixed? Don't we want every leverage tool we have just to get these things fixed now? Not 6 weeks, not 6 months, not a year from now, but now.
So like you said, if you go to court and if it goes all the way to that, and then the disparity between look at the damage, look at the roof, look at the windows, look at the carpet, look at the walls, look at the mold, all of that versus, hey, why are we here? Well, they gave me $3,000, to fix it. Look at that. I mean, as a lawyer, I would think that particular case would be fairly easy. Hey, these are my pictures. Are you guys going to make them write a check? Okay, let's go home. Let's go have dinner. Absolutely. It doesn't seem like a big, long, litigated case.
You're absolutely right. And think about it. Why wouldn't you hire a lawyer if it's going to get you the max amount of money? Now, I'm not saying any lawyer, you got to get an experienced lawyer who's done 500 claims or thousands of claims because you want a pro. But I'm just telling you, why not stack the odds in your favor? If you're playing a basketball match, don't you want Michael Jordan on your team? If you're playing golf, you want Tiger Woods. Why not get the best person if it doesn't cost you any more money than getting the 5th best person? There's no reason the world shouldn't do that.
Why would they make it go that far? Why would they, in other words, once you get involved and you say, here's what we're going to do. If you want to go to court, we'll go to court. But once they see that, okay, well, these are the actual damages, why would they let it go all the way to a court, to a trial? Why would they do that?
If you take Panama City, there's over 800,000 residents in Panama City. How many of them have hired a lawyer? How many of them are going to take it to the mat? The insurance company tactically knows. They know. You're not going to pursue this. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get tired. Look at how many people you know. Can anybody tell me that they've been fully paid? Look at how many people you know that haven't been paid. And what are they doing? They're waiting. It's now been 8 weeks, almost 8 weeks. Look at the billions of dollars that these insurance companies haven't paid and the interest they're making on that money. Every single month they don't pay. There's no incentive until they get fearful. When they realize that a lawyer's involved and it might cost them money because they have to pay their own lawyer and you, it makes an insurance company say, you know what, are we sure we want to waste money when we can pay them? Tragic as it is, you have to have the strongest motivator. I tell them, go ahead, Google me, look me up. You'll see I handle thousands of claims. Pay my client because you're going to have to pay my client and then pay me and pay other people. And that's so important for the listeners to understand. It's time to get paid.
Is that what it is? Is that the timing, why the insurance companies wait so long, is because they're getting interest on the
They get interest on the money, and how many people are going to give up? How many people are going to get $3,000 and say, geez, I guess that's all we're going to get. Let's just take that.
So that happens a lot.
all the time.
So people get some minimal check from the insurance company, and they just go, hey, we got something. And then they let it go, right?
Right. Oh, God, I've been waiting 8 weeks. I need to fix my roof. You're going to give me 12 grand out of the 25? Gosh, I guess I'm not going to get any more money because they said I'm not getting any more money. I'll just, get an SBA loan, or I'll just fork out the money, or I'll just fix the roof. Jimmy rigged the roof in such a way. So they realize that, and they've done statistical analysis. They actually have seminars, insurance companies, where they teach people how to negotiate down from the amount of money. I can show you the actual text of that stuff. I know it sounds terrible, but wow, it is.
This is a seedy thing.
It's unfortunate, but they're in the business of making money, and they're in the business of holding true to their shareholders. I'm not trying to criticize and say bad things. I'm trying to tell you guys have a right to your money. Get it.
We'll be right back with Scott Major. Stand by.
The Kramer Show will be back in a sec on NewsTalk at 101. The phone lines are open. 850-233-9988. You aren't afraid of a little talk show host now, are you? This is The Kramer Show on NewsTalk at 101.
7:33, Scott Major in studio, lighting it up on and off the air, ladies and gentlemen. He knows his stuff, very passionate, and it's nice to see that. If you want to hop on the air, 850-233-9988. To get in touch with Scott Major and his crew, Scott Major, Major Paruas, the Storm Help team, their number is 844-800-LAWS. 844-800-LAWS. So, I think, Scott, I'll also say this. I think that, yes, I think people in the Panhandle are or have been more trusting of insurance companies than people, say, in southern Florida, in the Miami area and the Keys. Because, we just haven't had that many hurricanes here, and people have not had to deal with their insurance companies as often. And two, I think the process is daunting. And three, I think people are a little confused. People hear the term public adjuster for the first time, I think, probably ever. Right. I know grown men that I've talked to and had conversations with who said that they had never heard of the term public adjuster. And if they did, they didn't really know what it is. So now you've got that faction, you've got a lawyer, and then you have people that sadly are trying to muddle through all this on their own. And I think if they could go out and talk to you, you have an event today, that would be really, really helpful. And that starts up very, very soon. Actually, it's going to be at the Palms Conference Center, which is at 9201 Front Beach Road, over on the beach side. So. Is it just important just if somebody thinks, okay, I'm not getting what I need, they're not contacting me, the insurance company or whatever, the initial consultation with you shouldn't take too long, I would assume.
That's right, it doesn't. You can come in 5 or 10 minutes. I can tell you exactly what you have in the way of coverage, what you have in the potential for the way of claims, and give you 3 or 4 tips that are really helpful. In fact, if you come, there's actually a handout that says here's 8 of the most important tips. You can just take that and you can go home and you can follow that guideline if you want to do that. It's really, really important for everyone to get educated. And let me just say something else about trusting the insurance companies. Let's say the insurance companies are great. Let's say they're wonderful. Let's say they're the nicest groups in the world. You're still 7-8 weeks out and people don't have money on a storm where it's absolutely clear that if you drove up and down here, it would be impossible for you to deny them payment. Right. So the reality is, whether they're good or bad, you're entitled to your money. And we need to focus on all of you getting together, as many of you as possible, and pursuing this legally. We can do everything that anybody can do and help you to get your money. It's just crazy not to take advantage of it now.
So if you're a group of people in your neighborhood, and you get together, and then that kind of proves to the insurance company these people in the same area have kind of the same damage, one after another. that to me would make it easier on that particular neighborhood, the people there.
You're absolutely right. And think about it. If you had 10 houses in your neighborhood, or if you had 500 houses in your church parish of the congregation, and I get one roof claim paid, how are they going to say that the guy 400 feet away had no damage? How are they going to say the people on the block? So what? The roof was a year older? That's going to make a difference? Of course not. It's not going to make a difference. It's trying to leverage all of the possibilities. If you win for one, you can win for all. It just gives you a better chance. And if you were the insurance company and you received 400 demand letters instead of 3, would you take it more seriously?
Yeah, right. Of course.
You would.
Yeah. 850-233-9988, 850-233-9988. Scott Major from Major Paruas Law Firm. And the set. What time does this begin today at Palms?
At 8, there's coffee and donuts before, but 8:30 is when the session begins, where we give the initial education, the tips and techniques for probably 45 minutes to an hour, and then for the next 2 or 3 hours, we will meet with anybody and talk to anybody and stay there as long as we possibly can to help anybody out or to give you information. Business claims, personal claims, residential, condo, loss of business use, loss of profits, any kind of claim. Cities, counties, people who need help, understanding what your options are. It's amazing. I've sat on state panels, national panels. I've worked with FEMA. I've worked with the SBA. I've worked with just about every major insurance company. In fact, I was the chief of one of the insurance companies. So I understand that you all are frustrated and you're just looking for good information. And I just want to be a source of help for you. I want to be a source of hope for you. I want to be a source of positive energy that you feel like I'm bringing value to your community.
So I know that Scott cares about what he's doing because sorry, I'm going to say this, but he after we turn the mics off, he'll look at me and very genuinely say, do you think this is helping? Do you think this is helping people? And yeah, it's a business, but I think that his heart is absolutely in the right place. And what he just said, I think, is very important too, in that he worked on the other side of this. He worked with the insurance. He defended the insurance companies, I guess, at one point, and then I guess at some point you just said, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I'm a victims guy, and it's just hard. I have a high moral and ethical standard. I was brought up in, born in Tallahassee, I was brought up in a very, very proper and ethical and moral family. And I'm a victims guy. I think what's going on here is horrific and despicable, and I want to make a difference, and I've done it in past storms, and I don't need to have your case to eat. I don't need your cases. I want your cases because I want to help you. I want to make a difference in your lives, whether you hire me or whether you just use the information I give you. And I'm telling you, from doing thousands and thousands of these claims with so many storms and seeing all the devastation, including devastation to my own property, I can tell you that safety in numbers works. And filing these claims and pursuing these things and documenting it works. And I can do everything that you need, or a top lawyer can do everything you need. And we can sue, and that is a big lever against the insurance company.
Let's go to Carrie in Panama City Beach. Carrie, you're up with Scott Major. Go ahead. What's your question or comment?
Thanks, sir. Scott, how long should I have to wait till I get any answer from the insurance company?
If you write a detailed letter that has an itemized, estimate, and especially if it's already been out there, 2 days?
Yeah,
3 days?
The third-party adjuster came out, and now it's turned over to the desk adjuster.
Yes.
And now I'm getting we're getting to it this week.
Yeah.
Story.
You write them a letter and say, please pay me the total amount of my estimate, whatever that number is, within 3 days, or write me and tell me what specific parts of that estimate you're not paying. If they don't pay you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
They haven't even given me an estimate. They haven't given me anything.
Right, so if they don't give you an estimate, and they probably won't even release those documentation, they'll just release whatever estimate they want to give you.
Correct.
They're not obligated to pay for you for anything more than what you specifically demand. So for many of you, you waited for the insurance company to come out because you thought that was the right thing to do. What you need to do is prepare your own detailed estimate that covers every single damage, every shoe that had to be replaced, every air conditioner, roof, drywall, carpet, ceiling, window, light, everything, furniture, and then you send to them, this is my total estimate. I don't know what your estimate is, insurance company. I've been waiting 6-7 weeks. Here's my total estimate. Don't get a lowball estimate. Get the highest, most substantial estimate that covers everything. And if they don't pay you in 3 or 4 days or provide you with an explanation as to why, go hire a lawyer. I'm telling you, do it. I've handled thousands of claims. This is the way it works. I'm really sorry. I wish they would have come out with the 18-wheeler truck and handed out money like they should have because you paid your premiums timely, but they're not going to do that, and they're not going to pay you any more than you specifically asked for.
When you say letter, do you mean email or actual letter in the mail?
It doesn't matter whether or not you send them an overnight letter or whether you email them. But if you email them, on the top of your little Outlook or your email or Gmail, you can click the box that says return receipt. And what it means is when they open it, you can see the day they opened it. And if they didn't open it, in 2 days you can say, I wrote you a letter and you still haven't opened it. And imagine what the state, when you complain, or what a jury's going to say when you say, these people didn't even open these emails.
That's important. For what he just said, that really is important, because there's no way that you can deny that, hey, I sent them and they haven't even read it yet. So, and if they did read it, then you know that in 2 days when you write back, hey, they read the first one, they should be, following up with me now at least.
Yeah, and think about it. Like the gentleman who just spoke, if you have no roof, or if there are holes in your roof, what confusion is there that you should get a new roof?
Right.
It's only the only difference is how much does it cost to get a proper licensed contractor to fix that roof? Not some local guy, but a local, somebody who's licensed and bonded, and they should pay that. What is their confusion? Why do I need extra days or weeks to do that? And that's what people don't understand is your right and your entitlement. That's what you paid for.
And then what should the end of the letter say?
Love and kisses, you.
Okay. Dave, you're up with Scott Major. Go ahead.
Hey, Scott Major. Listen, we wrote our first letter this morning, and we did sign it love and kiss.
All right. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is, I don't know if I can say the name of the insurance company if it matters, but, since the 18th, they told us that the examiner or whoever was at a convention, and then the next week she was on vacation, and then it was Thanksgiving, and, so we got the letter written. And it's ridiculous. Now, I heard in the last hour that we only have 60 days to get the proof of what was damaged. It's a small business.
Yeah, what happens
is that true commercially true as well? Or?
Yeah, let's explain a little bit about that. What a lot of people don't know is there's a form that every single person must fill out. It's called a proof of loss. It's a one-page document. You can pull it off the internet, or you can call us and we'll give you one. And it's a document that's required by every insurance policy. You need to send that to the insurance company ASAP, but no later than either 30 or 60 days, depending on your policy. Some of them will say when the insurance company requested. But that is the single proof document that says, here is the amount of coverage I have, and here's what I'm swearing to I'm owed. And then you can attach, your itemized estimate if you want. If you do that, the obligation changes to them under Florida law, and they must prove why you don't have the coverage which you have asserted you have. Period. So send that form out. You can get it off the internet, or you can ask your insurance company and send it in with your estimate and say to them, you need to pay me. And again, if you didn't send a proof of form in, if you put in your letter, if there's any other information, insurance company, you need from me, other than what I've provided, please write me within 2 days and tell me each and everything that you don't have that you need. Love and kisses you. And what happens is, now you're putting the obligation. They can't later complain and say, well, you didn't give me an extra picture, or you didn't fill out this form, when you've written them several letters telling them you want to know what they need from you.
Okay.
What was the name of the form?
Proof of loss. So if you look it up, if everybody went on the internet and Googled, universal, property and damages, insurance company and proof of loss, or if they put, citizens and proof of loss, each company will have right on the internet this one-page document. And you can pull it off the internet, you can print it, or you can write on it, or you can call or write your insurance company and say, do you need a proof of loss? If so, send me that form. But I like to use a general statement. I like to say, here's all my information, estimate. Tell me specifically when you're going to pay me or what additional information you need or why you're not paying me specifically. What line item, which part of the roof, which pieces of furniture, which windows you're not paying and why. Because remember, they have the same duty to prove why it is they're not paying that you have to prove why it is they are.
Right.
All right, and that letter goes out certified mail or what?
You either send it by email with this little return receipt thing, or send it by overnight mail, or send it by certified mail, send it by any mechanism. I personally like email with the return receipt because they give you the email address to send it and it shows you when it's opened, and then 2 days later you can write the letter. But if you're going to use that and you want to use another form because you want to be extra careful, then either send an overnight letter or send a certified return receipt so you have some documentation. But you just want to prove that you sent it out, and you just want them to have the obligation to either pay you or tell you why they're not paying you.
Perfect. It's going to be done with loves and kisses.
That's awesome, man. That's great, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Tom in Weewa, you're up on the Kramer Show News Talk at 101 with Scott Major. Go ahead.
Scott, my question is, the insurance company came out and looked at it, but they're supposed to be sending me an updated insurance policy so I can find out if mold is in my insurance policy. Is that normal?
The answer is they can send you your insurance policy, but the best thing to do is pick up a phone and call the guy who sold you the policy, that local agent or broker. They have it in email. They push a button and can send it to you. The insurance company will send it to you too, but your local agent under law is required to have a copy of your insurance policy.
Yeah, well, it's with an insurance company in California. It's on my motorhome.
Okay, so if you bought it directly from them, the answer is under the Florida statutes under 626, if you request a copy of the insurance policy, they must provide it to you in no less than 30 days. They're supposed to provide it immediately, but in no less than 30 days, they're supposed to provide you with that policy.
Okay, well, they said it'd be 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
So
well,
is that
what I would do, here's what I would do. What I would do is I would write, if you haven't written them already, I would write them and say, here's all my damages. Please tell me whether you're going to pay this entire estimate or explain to me specifically what you're not going to pay and why. And by the way, P.S., I know you said you're sending my insurance policy. I still haven't gotten it yet. 11 kisses you. 3 days later, I still haven't gotten my insurance policy. Keep writing and calling them because there's no downside to doing that. And you're documenting that you just want your property fixed and they need to expedite it.
Well, the thing is, they sent an adjuster out.
Okay.
That's why he didn't know if the insurance covered mold. But they sent him out. His estimate was $21,000. The estimate from an RV repairman is $63,000.
It's probably closer to the $63,000, but I'll tell you, can you imagine sending somebody out to inspect your property who says, I work for the insurance company, but I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, and I'm such a moron, I don't even know what your coverage is. I'm just coming out here and getting paid for an estimate. So the idiocy quotient is at an epic high. So all I'm telling you is that you don't need to wait. You should be making demands or hiring a lawyer and filing a legal action against these people.
Can you handle a motorhome claim?
Absolutely. We do it all the time. We had dozens of them yesterday where we talked to people about motorhomes. I had a claim yesterday on a motorhome where the guy had $50,000 of coverage and they wanted to pay him $44,000. I said, you're entitled to $50,000, not $44,000. You can sue. And even though your claim is only $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, I'll take it. I'll take a $300 claim.
Yeah.
Because I can get the insurance company to pay odes of money in attorney's fees if they don't properly process your claim. What a wonderful thing for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, because I can't understand it. the coach has got to go all the way back to Newmar, and the roof is going to be $29,000.
Yeah, you're entitled to every dollar of damage, and I'm glad you're writing them. But yeah, listen, 844-800-LAWS. We've got all kinds of personnel. You can call them. They'll answer every question. They'll send you an information sheet, or you can stop by today to meet me in person if you want, or I'm sure I'll be back next week. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these things. We're here to help you, to get you every dollar, not most, every dollar you deserve that's covered by an insurance policy. And if they don't pay, we're here to get you double or triple that.
Yeah, we don't. Our insurance is $2,700 a year on that thing, and we don't think nothing about that. So they shouldn't think nothing about paying our claim.
Of course not. It's silly, but they're only not paying because what's the incentive to pay until there's a sledgehammer or there's a motivation? I'm really sorry it's that way, but that's the way these people do it. You all in this county haven't had a storm before. Now you do, so you have a problem. You need to step up to the plate and get your money.
Scott Major of Major Paruas and the Storm Help Team, 844-800-LAWS and stormhelpteam.org. More to come with Scott in a minute.
You think it, he says it. More Kramer Show next on NewsTalk 101.
Hello?
You're on the air? Hello, you're on the air. The Kramer Show.
2, 3, 99, 88.
The Kramer Show. The Kramer Show.
You appear intelligent, but when you open your mouth, the effect is spoiled.
Scott Major from Major Paruas and the Storm Help Team here. Scott's been handling insurance claims for over 30 years, so he knows what he's doing. They have a conference today at the Palms Conference Center, 9201 Front Beach Road. It's an opportunity for you to go out, meet Scott, meet his team, sit in front of somebody, show them your pictures, show them your claim, etc., and ask them, just like you would ask them anything here, except for one-on-one pictures, talking about your problem. That'd be a great thing to be able to do. So that's about to happen here in just a little while. And so people don't need an appointment, right, Scott? They can just walk in.
Just walk right in, come on over, take advantage of it. It won't take you long. You get access. You get a lot of information. And if for some reason you can't make it, then listen, reach out to the 844-800-LAWS and say, we'd like you to come back, Scott. We get requests all the time. We're trying to schedule everybody in, but we'll come back and have a meeting with another big group of people. We'll have as many meetings as it takes with groups of people. So get your business, go to your hospital, go to all your friends, get everybody in your neighborhood, and let's have as many big sessions as we can to educate everybody so everybody knows what to do and does it at the same time.
So like you've said, there's power in numbers. So if a neighborhood gets together and files with their insurance companies that way, then that helps. 844-800-LAWS. That's the phone number to Scott Major and the Storm Help Team. Their website is stormhelpteam.org. Stormhelpteam.org. 844-800-LAWS. You've given a million different helpful tips here. You said that when they come out to the conference, you actually have a tip sheet.
Yes, if you come out, we have a little handout that gives you here's some bullet points of what you should do right now, whether you hire a lawyer, an adjuster, or whatever. Here's what you need to do. And if you want to ask questions, let's say you want to hire a public adjuster, but you want me to help you with how to draft a contract for the public adjuster to make sure they do what they say they're going to do.
Oh, is that something that people do?
Absolutely. Okay. We'll tell you what language to put in there so you don't get ripped off, or so that you get a fair treatment from whoever it is that's handling it. Whatever questions you have, we'll help you. Hey, I got a check. I don't know what to do with this. Hey, I got a partial check. Can I cash it? Hey, I got an RV on my property. Can I get ALE or get the insurance company to pay for that? Hey, my roof's problematic. Anything you need, we're here to help.
Scott Major, thank you, my friend. Love and kisses. You, sir.
Hey, thanks so much, pal, for having me. You guys are great.
Love you. 844-800-LAWS. Scott Major, there he is. Sharp-dressed man this morning. Go out and smell that beautiful cologne he's got on, a beautiful suit. Just enjoy the experience. All right, dude. Have a good rest of your day, your morning.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for helping out the community.